Yes, we are back at Air Farms here in Kayunga, and we have our great farmer, Sarah Atuhaire. And today we are going to be talking about a very, very interesting topic. Most of you have commented in my videos on TikTok and also on YouTube, asking why are these breeds, the Boers, the Savannah, the Kalaharis, more expensive than our local breed? So in today's video, we are going to hear from an expert, the expert, because she has been in goat farming for quite some good time. If you've been following her story on my YouTube channel and also hers. So Sarah, kindly introduce yourself to those who have not seen you before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Sarah Atuhaire the I'm Ugandan, born and raised, but I've also lived in the US for close to 12-13 years now. So I started this farm streaming from my research project, my dissertation, when I was studying my master's. And my research focus was on how improved farming methods can contribute towards the eradication of poverty, ensuring that we have food security in Uganda. So I did a lot of research, theoretical research. After my research project was done, I wanted to implement now practically.
Why are these breeds more expensive than our locals like the Mwendes?
The answer is in how quick you can get a return on your investment. With our local indigenous breeds, most of them, after birth, you're going to rear it for 2 years.
Yes.
Before it can get on heat the first time. So that means you're putting in, you've invested, and you're waiting for 2 years before you even start thinking of getting a return on your investment. That's when it gets on heat for the first time. You serve it. Serving means you give it a meal. It conceives. It's pregnant for 5 months, and now it gives birth. So that's almost 2.5 years.
Yes.
And then the offspring is also going to take
the same cycle.
The same cycle.
Yes, yes.
Now, with these improved, the hybrids, we call them hybrids, the Boers and Savannahs, even with the crosses, when a kid is born at 6 months, it gets on heat. We have seen
Just
it.
a moment. What's the difference between a crossbreed and a hybrid?
So I would say the difference between a crossbreed and a pure breed.
Yes.
A crossbreed is a mixture of our indigenous local breed with the pure Savannah or Boer or Kalahari. Yes, that is what is a crossbreed is.
Yes.
And within the crossbreeds, we have the 50%, the 75%, the 86%, depending on how many times it has been crossed. Yeah.
Okay.
So at 6 months, it will get on heat. Those that are at least 75% and above, it will get on heat. But experts advise that we wait to serve them up to at least 8 months.
Okay.
So you've invested, it has given birth, 8 months later you're able to serve. It's pregnant for 5, that's about 13 months. And the cycle continues.
Wow.
So
from 2.5
yes,
to 1.5.
yes.
Wow. You said these breeds, the one you have at the farm, come from South Africa?
They're originally South African breeds.
Why don't we also engineer our own breeds here in Uganda, which can perform like these ones?
I've interacted with some people, some scientists that are into animal husbandry and research that are trying to create our own Ugandan improved breed. Yes. I don't know how far and how long it's going to take. I'm not involved. I'm not a scientist, but I think we can do it. And I mean, I think this is a call to all the scientists out there.
Yes.
Let us, Ugandans, let's think about this. Because these guys in South Africa, they identify good qualities, genetic qualities in the different goats. They combine them to come up with a superior.
You mean they get these genes from different goats?
Yes. So you will find that there is a father. Now they say this guy is long. He has a long body.
They take that
and
gene.
and it's big, wide. So they take that. Then they see a female that maybe this is long, but it doesn't have good mass. They find a female that has good mass. So when they combine those, the offspring is definitely going to be superior, more superior than the father and the mother.
Wow.
And then they get that offspring and they also pick the best qualities out of it and pick another quality. Yeah.
Now, if I'm to start a goat farm, which number do you advise one to start with?
You know, that's very relative. Yeah, but maybe the question should be, if I want to start a commercial goat farm, for it to make business sense, I would say at least 50 and above.
50 and above. Previously, in some of the interviews I have had with you, some people were asking, how many goats can one rear on 1 acre of land?
Again, experts say between 15 to 20 goats per acre. That is free range, where you just leave them and eat, go out and eat. But that depends heavily on the kind of forage you have on your land. From my experience, I wouldn't recommend more than 10 goats per acre.
Why?
Because I have noticed that once it's more than 10, you run into issues of overgrazing. Yes. Now, that is if you're doing our traditional farming methods, where you just let the goats go out and eat and come back.
Browse freely.
Yes, browse freely. Now, we are embarking on improved farming methods. And if you improve if you say you plan for your land and you choose to prepare yourself and plant feeds, an acre, I think you can take off maybe a quarter an acre, use it for structures, and then the other remaining part, you start planting different feeds, different grasses.
Okay.
And you can then you can make hay, you can make silage. We just started making silage here at Air Farms.
Wow, thanks.
So we are excited. You can check out.
You've already started harvesting?
We have started harvesting.
Wow.
Yeah. So we did our first harvest. We have made silage already. We have about 7 tons now of silage, and so that will allow us to maximize the use of this land for greater output. My dream is to have 10,000 goats on my 120 acres. But you can only achieve that if you plan your feed. Yes. So the same thing with the 1 acre scenario example. You can say, I'm going to give myself the first year to plan for my feeds.
Before bringing in stock?
Before bringing in the stock.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you grow your grasses, you make your hay, you make your silage, do your research. Say you want to start with 50 goats, because you can do 50 goats on 1 acre. You can even do 100.
Really?
Yes, depending on how you plan, how well you plan for your feeds. Yes. Say you're able to irrigate your grasses. That means you can grow your grasses continuously, not
throughout
the year.
Not depending on the seasons.
Yes, not depending on the seasons. So that's why I keep insisting on
plan.
How you can plan.
Yeah.
Yes. So once because you have to have a goal, you have to say, okay, I want to start with 50. How much does a goat eat, 1 goat eat in a day? multiply by that by 365 times 50.
Sometimes 366.
Exactly. Yes.
You know, February sometimes it's 29,
Yes,
sometimes 28.
it's 28, correct. So, and then multiply by the number of animals. Then
You
you're
have,
able, that
or
you
you
want
want.
to start with.
Yes.
Then you're able to know, I need this amount of feeds for this period of time, for this number of animals.
Goats.
Yes. So once you've reached that threshold of the amount of feed you need for the number of animals, then you can bring your animals. But remember, you're going to continuously be working ahead, storing food, because now the animals are eating what you've already stored, but you're continuing to plant and to harvest and to store.
For
Yeah.
future use.
For future use.
Exactly. Wow. This is brilliant, guys. By the way, before we continue, Sarah has a YouTube channel. It's called Air Farms.
Yeah.
Kindly tell them about Air Farms, the YouTube channel.
Yes. So that YouTube channel, I share our story and really how to effectively run a farm, especially for people that are living in the diaspora or that are not able to live on the farm itself, normally called telephone farmers.
Yeah, telephone farmers.
I share I share more in detail the journey, how it started, and it was a difficult thing to do. I didn't want to really put myself out there, but
You mean on the internet?
on the internet, yeah. But again, if I don't share my experience, my challenges, my highlights, how I do things, how I'm able to effectively run the company, the farm, then I'm not helping the nation
Exactly.
to grow.
Because there are
And
many people who have
yet-
been scammed,
Yes.
especially telephone farmers. They invest money, upon coming back here,
Yes.
they have nothing to see.
Correct. So I share what systems I put in place to effectively be able to do it
While you are
while
away.
I'm away.
Yes, yes.
Now for me, I come back a little bit more often. So it's a bit unique in my situation.
But before,
But before I wasn't.
so any last words before we close?
Sure. One, I want to thank all of you who are here watching, because if you clicked on this video, it means you have an interest in farming.
Yes.
And we all know that farming is the backbone
Of the country.
of Africa. But with Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, for us it means a lot more
Yeah.
than anywhere else. So let us, especially I call upon the youth to pick interest
Yeah.
in farming, because I feel like we've been exposed. Most youth are technical savvy. So if we can combine technology and farming, I really believe that we can transform the economy of our nation. And from this gentleman's previous interview, I got a lot of requests
Okay.
where people the youth that haven't really gathered enough capital, people that are in the diaspora, asking me if there's a possibility or a provision for them to purchase goats at the farm, and I keep the goats for them. Of course, I hadn't really worked onto that to execute it, but because the requests were too many, I have sat down and crafted a program, and we are calling it the investment program.
The investment program.
Yes, so you can invest in goats. You can buy goats from us. We've done packages. The minimum is 5 goats, because we wanted to make business sense at the end of the day.
Yeah, you can't start with one goat.
We wanted to make
Some good
business
money.
sense. So we've drafted packages. The minimum is 5 goats. You can go up to wherever, depending on your pocket and how fast you want to start, or how soon you want to get your animals to your own farm. So, and what will happen is you would come buy certain goats from Air Farms. and we keep those goats for you. Then every year we give you 10 offsprings. Out of that 10 original goats.
10 offsprings.
Yes. So say today is the 9th of August. You came and bought 10 goats. Next year, on the 9th of August, you'd receive another 10.
On my anniversary?
On your anniversary, yes. Okay. Offsprings of your goats.
So 10 plus 10, I have 20
You have
now.
20. The following year, you'd get another 10. That's 30. Then at the end of your contract term, you take including your parent stock. Yes.
Wow.
But in the during that time, we are taking care of them, we are vaccinating them, everything. Yeah.
So how do I register? How do I get to be part of it?
Yes, we have recently opened up an office. It's in Kanyanya on Gayaza Road. It's between Akamwesi Shopping Mall and Shell. You're going to see a little small white building. It's painted white. Yeah. He's going to link our contacts below in the comment
I'll put
section.
them on the screen, by the way.
On the screen, yes. So reach out to us. Come. For those who want to know more about this program, call us, email us, and we will give you more. Or stop into the office, and you'll get more information on this.
Yeah. From the previous interview we had, some people were trying to reach out to you and they couldn't get hold of you. And they were complaining to me, they were coming back to me. Oh, Lawrence, we are trying to reach out to Sarah. Her phone is not going through. What happened?
I'm so sorry, I'm terribly sorry. I traveled with that line to the US. So anyone that made a direct call, it couldn't go through. But those that reached out on WhatsApp, I was able to respond.
Okay.
Yeah, but now that line is going to stay in Uganda. So it's going to stay at the office. So you'll be able to reach us then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Thank you so much, as always.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for being interested in goat farming and farming in general. Let us keep working together as the youth, as Ugandans, both here and in the diaspora. Especially people in the diaspora. I think we've been exposed to some really improved way of doing things.
Yeah.
Let us bring those skills here.
Implement them
and
here.
implement them back home.
Exactly. I think that's enough for today. Allow us to stop here and we say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.